Hang time. Same basket skill, every team. Two basket groups go head-to-head with one goal, throw higher than the other. Judges watch for height from last touch to catch. No style points, just raw elevation. The highest flyer wins the battle.
Well, here you go. Maddie, when you look at these four rosters, what will be the key to be winning hang time, and which teams are we keeping our eye on?
So we are going to see all four teams play this game, but it's all about two things for me. First, I'm looking at the bases, base, strength, and power. Of course, you have to get the strongest group under your flyer, but the flyer also has to have extreme body control, and it all starts when she gets into that prep starting position. Her chest and her head need to be up. She needs to ride this basket toss as high as possible and time her skill at the very top so she gains height versus drifting the whole group backward.
I'm gonna be honest, you lost me on the second one. I could never be a flyer. That's what I just realized. All right, every pro league needs a voice of authority, and we have our master of gameplay deep in the action. I love this man. To get our first matchup underway.
You're good there.
Let's head down to the lead referee of the Pro Cheer League, Lark Wood.
All right, guys. We're going to bring you in one panel. Today for hang time, we are playing highest basket on back tuck baskets. Music comes on 5. We're dipping on the first 5. You can set with 1 foot in. Go ahead and set your baskets.
Back flip at the very top of this.
And the music's on.
Here we go, simultaneous basket, same count, same moment.
Metal versus grit, here we go.
Oh! Wow! The crowd loves it. No one believed they could go that high. I have to see that again.
I couldn't tell, honestly.
Do you hear the crowd calling out for grit at this point? Oh my goodness. The peak of the toss is what we're talking about. I mean, they're up there, they're floating, but you can see the height differential possibly right here. Oh, it's so close.
Their timing wasn't exactly the same. I'm glad I'm not an official for this one.
You're not kidding. Remember, we just saw the judges make their decisions, but here, Lark controls the game. He's the final word. So, Lark Wood, what do you have for us?
The first round goes to Miami Metal.
Wow! Miami Metal's bench goes wild.
Yeah, that's the opening round butterflies. They channel them into a monster toss. That's talking about rising to the moment, figuratively and literally. But that win's gonna keep them in that driver's seat, so they stay in control of their own destiny as they move on to face the winner here of this round.
And speaking of drive, Dallas Drive is taking the stage alongside Atlanta Air. This is a matchup, goodness, we just saw their basket tosses go so high in quarter one. There's no way of predicting this outcome.
Here we go, we're gonna send it down to Lark to prepare for this launch.
Basket set. Music's on.
A little bit of showmanship. Here we go.
Wow!
Oh my goodness!
Flyer Maddie Hayes on drive, Izzy Wind on air.
Look at those smiles. That cannot. I mean, up there, you're just hanging out. It seemed like she just stood at the top of this toss forever. Does she have it over? Oh my goodness, yes.
The air is thinner up there.
Well, they're fighting for every inch of daylight. These are high ceilings, but let's send it back down to Lark Wood for the results.
And the winner, Dallas Drive.
Yeah.
Well, the verdict is in. Lark Wood confirms the height. That's a massive advantage now for both the Miami Metal and Dallas Drive. But before we go any further, we have to see how they just did that. Let's send it down to Haley.
All right, thank you so much. I'm here with Ryan Clouch, the bass from the Miami Metal. Ryan, how did it feel winning that very first game?
Bro, it was such an amazing start to the second quarter, and I'm super proud of my team, Miami Metal. We taking this today, baby!
He said it all, guys. Back to you.
All right, guys, we're playing hang time. In the second quarter, we are using toe touch baskets. Your music will start on 5, hold through the 1, dip on the next 5. Set your baskets.
It's a rematch from Indianapolis and a
Your music is on.
One.
Here we go. Do we see them above the LED lights today?
Here we go.
The dip, the push.
Boom.
Oh! Oh my goodness!
I'm having deja vu. It's too close to call for me back here on the judges' risers.
It went to an instant replay the last time they faced off. Again, Lark, thoughts?
The winner,
Oh,
Miami Metal.
Miami Metal squeezes it out. Let's see the
here
frame.
we go. A freeze frame there at the top. You can see flyer Julia Romero
Colin.
a little bit tired.
Metal.
Miami off to the side. That freeze frame was tremendous. The height, I can't wait to hear the height on that as we get further and further. But as it goes, all right, Lark takes over control of the floor here, but we just saw now Miami Metal securing that maximum number of points. And first on the board here through the gauntlet. Haley Elwood's getting the team set. What a show!
What a show. Also, big shout out to Lark, because he is my wingman up here too. All right, Colin, speak again. You guys are now crushing this competition at this point. How does it feel with so much change that's gone in from week 1 to week 2 right now?
We are honestly just prepared. You know, Coach Jose has got us right, and just making sure that we have good communication among all of us, and we're just having fun. That's the most important part. We're just having a lot of fun right now.
We love it. Fun, communication.
Both teams set.
It's all about who can go the highest here with these layout baskets.
Unset, 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 unset.
They're going to be going at the exact same time here.
All right, teams, we're playing hang time with back layout baskets. You'll be judged by how high your feet go. The music's gonna start on 1, you hold through the 5, and we're dipping on the first one. Both teams set.
A huge moment here in the match.
Your music's on.
And here's your countdown. They set. Oh my goodness!
It looks like Dallas Drive holds on to the title of Hang Time.
Could it be there? We have to take another look there as we go side by side and see this in slow-mo. You have to love here at the Toyota Center, the Jumbotron showing us everything in HD.
And all the athletes are looking up to where they just threw their flyers that high in the air.
You saw them go head-to-head there. It was...
The point goes to Dallas Drive.
And here we'll see why Maddie Hayes looks like her full body is above the stage lights, but a really good showing from Atlanta Air.
We saw those points. They're going to grab max points there in that bracket. So important in the larger landscape of this match as a whole, as now we head to a winner's bracket where anything is on the line.
Metal and grit.
Haley is down on the mat with our winners. Haley, you just saw it from your level. How'd it look?
I can't even tell you from my level. I'm looking up, Maddie, I have to talk to you about this amazing video board here in Houston. Were you watching yourself up there at all when you were tossing through the air?
Not in the basket, no.
Eyes on the prize, great focus. Congratulations, though. How much excitement and trust do you have in your teammates to be able to do what you do up there?
It's all about trust. Trust and good body control, that's all.
That's all.
We are throwing tucks. The music's gonna come on. You're gonna hold the first one. You're gonna dip on the next one. Both teams set.
Here we go. These two teams have never faced off here in hang time, but they're about to clash here in Anaheim.
Your music's on.
Here we go.
Sam Ortiz hits his signature post.
And they're off. Oh my goodness.
Golden State Grit with Jillian Rupert and Dallas Drive with Maddie Hayes in the air.
She is the gold standard right now as they see that, but let's take a look one more time, side by side. Both teams got off the ground with a rocket strapped to their back, but only one can win this round and end up in the winner's bracket as we take a look back at that replay. And here it is. You can see there. Oh my goodness. What do you see in there?
Dallas Drive thinks that they're getting the point. It seems that way on the replay, the freeze frame here, but we'll have to check in with Larkwood for our official results.
The win for Hang Time goes to Dallas Drive.
Dallas Drive will head to the winner's bracket. Golden State will start off in the loser's bracket. But this is not over yet.
No, Dallas now awaits their winner's bracket opponents, and our next matchup is set up and ready between the Air and Metal. This is a bit of a revenge round here for Miami. Remember, in Atlanta, Julie Romero won a close call to take control of that match. Let's see how this one plays out here in Anaheim.
Both teams set.
Miami 1-1 here in Hang Time.
Your music's on.
Prepare for liftoff. Here we go. 1v1. Oh my goodness, floating!
That is a close call.
Floating!
Number 7, Jordan Wardlaw and Atlanta Air says they took the win, but we'll have to take a look back at that replay to see who soared the highest between Miami Metal and Atlanta Air. Slowing it down just a little bit. Look how number 55, the Rhino, is throwing the basket toss from the front.
Yeah, they were off on timing, but it's about who got higher. And it looks to be by a shoe. Let's get down to Lark for the official call.
The win goes to Miami Metal.
That will send Metal to the winner's bracket. Atlanta Air will face off with Grit in the loser's bracket.
Well, those are some of the highest tosses we've ever seen. Talk about pro level. Is the air thinner in Anaheim? That's now the question. But the brackets, well, they're locked. But let's get to Haley. She's got the winners of the round.
I have a camera coming in right now. Thanks, Pat. Hey, guys. All right. We have, come on over here. All right. Our 2 winners right now. You don't have to be blonde to do this, but it definitely helps. All right, guys. How do you stay so focused under pressure?
Just trusting my bases and letting it ride.
I would say just repetition back at home. Like, this is nothing different. Different 9 panels, but same process.
Nothing different. The arena might change, but the skills stay the same, right?
Yes, correct.
All right. Thanks, guys.